Who runs the show at Capital One? Unveiling the ownership structure. Ever swipe your Capital One card and wonder, who exactly am I paying? Financial institutions can feel a bit like a black box sometimes. But fear not, finance enthusiasts, because today we're diving deep to uncover the ownership structure of Capital One. Capital One has carved a niche in the financial world, known for its innovative approach and tech-savvy products. Founded in 1994, it's grown into a financial powerhouse. But unlike some old-school banks, Capital One isn't owned by a single, mysterious entity. Publicly traded, a company of the people. The big reveal? Capital One is a publicly traded company. This means its ownership is spread out amongst a vast network of investors. Think of it like a giant financial cake, sliced up into millions of tiny pieces. Each slice represents a share of ownership in the company. Who gets the biggest slice? Now, it's not a completely free-for-all. While anyone can invest in Capital One through the stock market, some institutions hold much larger slices of the cake. These are major players like investment firms and hedge funds. As of 2024, the biggest institutional shareholders include heavyweights like the Vanguard Group and BlackRock, together owning a whopping chunk of around 25%. The founders share in the company crew. But it's not all Wall Street sharks. Capital One's founder, Richard Fairbank, still holds a significant, albeit smaller, share of the company. Think of him as the one who baked the cake and gets a well-deserved slice, though it's a bit smaller than the ones the big institutions get. And let's not forget the folks who keep the Capital One machine running, the officers and directors. They too own a small slice of the company, collectively holding around 1.3%. The rest of the cake, public investors. The remaining, and quite sizable, portion of the cake belongs to the public. This means individual investors like you and me, along with various investment funds, can own a piece of Capital One through the stock market. Why does ownership structure matter? So, why exactly should you care who owns Capital One? Understanding the ownership structure can shed light on a company's priorities and decision-making process. With a large public ownership, Capital One might be more focused on maximizing shareholder value, which can translate to a focus on growth and profitability. Beyond Capital One, public versus private ownership. This is just a glimpse into the world of financial ownership. Companies can be either publicly or privately owned. Publicly traded companies, like Capital One, offer transparency by making their ownership structure readily available. Private companies, on the other hand, might have a smaller, more closed group of owners. K-means clustering for financial analysis. Hey data whizzes out there. If you're curious about using K-means clustering to analyze financial data, Python offers some fantastic libraries. Scikit-learn is a popular choice, providing user-friendly tools for this type of analysis. So, there you have it. The mystery of Capital One's ownership structure is unveiled. It's a company owned by a vast network of investors, with a mix of institutional giants, the founder himself, and even a slice for the public. What are your thoughts on public versus private ownership? Let us know in the comments below. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious about the world of finance.